G'day guys, welcome back to another predictions video on the channel. Today I'll be going through my finals week 1 predictions. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. So obviously the first final is this Thursday night, Collingwood versus Melbourne. It'll be a pretty interesting game, that's for sure. Hopefully a good one for Collingwood. Pretty nerve-wracking the lead up into this one. It's been pretty intriguing for both clubs. Melbourne had a pretty good performance and have been playing some pretty good footy in recent weeks as well, and are definitely coming in to this one with better form than Collingwood, which does give them maybe an advantage. Seeming it is at the G, there's no real advantage there for any of the teams. But yeah, it should be an interesting one, that's for sure. Now, Collingwood have been the best team all season and haven't been that good the past month, but apart from the last month, we've been pretty good. And the weekend before, against Essendon, it was a pretty good one for us, and it was a pretty good result, one that we definitely needed. Hopefully it gives us some confidence. We get players back. Of course, Darcy Moore will be back for this final, and so will Nathan Murphy, so that's definitely a massive bonus for us. Unfortunately, Nick Dacos hasn't gotten up, but he should be right for the next week if we do lose. Now, I'm going to obviously go biased here and tip Collingwood, but I could see any team really winning this one. I'm going to go Collingwood by 20 points, though, and my big call, Jack Ginnivan, kicks 3 or more goals to continue his great form. He's been fantastic for us. Moving on to the next game between Carlton and Sydney. Another intriguing one at the MCG Friday night time slot. This one is a pretty intriguing one because both teams are coming in with some of the best form into this final series out of all the teams, can you believe? And, well, some might argue that Sydney don't deserve to be there, and, well, they probably shouldn't. But they are there, and they've got finals experience, which could come into hand in this game. It will make it very, very interesting because Carlton haven't made any finals, or haven't played a final in 10 years, which means they don't have any finals experience whatsoever. Some of their players do have finals experience, for example, Adam Sard and Mitch McGovern, but apart from that, they don't really have any other players with finals experience. And, well, it would be interesting to see if Carlton actually do win and progress to the semis. Because it is at the G, that obviously gives them a massive advantage. Obviously, we all know what happened last time Sydney played a final at the G. They got absolutely demolished in last year's grand final. And, well, I don't see them winning this one. It could happen, but I'm not brave enough to tip him. In fact, I do think Carlton might win it comfortably by 28 points. And my big call, Carlton kick 5 last quarter goals in a row. I do think it will be close for the majority of the game, though. And moving on to the first final on the Saturday, the 3:20 time slot, it's St Kilda versus GWS at the MCG. This one will be interesting because both teams have been so weird this season. I guess GWS are coming in with some great form. Last 2 weeks have been superb for them. Definitely got to give their confidence up. And St Kilda, first time making the final since 2020, and a lot of their players don't have a lot of finals experience. Some don't even have any. So I think St Kilda, they've already made a massive step this season by making the finals. If they can actually win a final, then, it's a fairly similar season to 2020. Because it is at the MCG, it doesn't favour any club, which should make it a really interesting game. Both teams haven't been amazing at the MCG this year, but of course GWS haven't really played there since hitting a hot streak of form, and they're in flying form at the moment. Toby Bedford is a huge out for them, getting suspended. That pressure forward, along with Brent Daniels. Brent Daniels will have to step up in Toby Bedford's absence and really try and take that forward pressure role. And it will be very, very interesting to see how GWS do cope if Sam Taylor is out, because it's not 100% certain that he will play. And if he does play, I do see them winning. If he doesn't, I see St Kilda winning. I see Max King being too strong and dominating the forward line for the Saints. But I do think I'm going to have to go with the Giants in a bit of an upset in this one. In my opinion, it's not really an upset, though. I do think GWS should be winning this game, and I do reckon it'll be close, tipping by 2 points, and my big call, the lead never goes beyond 4 goals. So then moving on to the next Saturday game, the night one, Brisbane versus Port Adelaide at the Gabba. This one will be very, very interesting. But of course it is at the Gabba, massive home ground advantage for Brisbane. They've had a fantastic season. Definitely going under the radar, Brisbane. Obviously, lots of teams, lots of people have been, saying Brisbane have had a really good season, and they had, but they've been better than other seasons because their defence has stepped up. Their midfield is doing really well, especially in the stoppage. Especially like stoppages and inside forward 50. They're just fantastic in there, and definitely with the inclusions of Ashcroft and Dunkley over the season, they've been really good. Obviously, Ashcroft won't be playing in this final though, so that does, give Port a bit of a chance. How Port Adelaide have got to win this game, they've obviously got to stop Brisbane's forward line because that's pretty difficult to do. And their midfield has to be dynamic, it has to be explosive. That's how they're going to probably win this game, Port. I am obviously going to go the safe tip of Brisbane because it is at the Gabba by 18 points. And my big call, Charlie Cameron and Joe Danaher combined for 10 or more goals. So I hope you guys enjoyed the predictions video of the first week of the final. Stay tuned for next week where I will be reviewing, I'll be going through my finals week 2 predictions of the semi-finals, and I will be in Italy for them, so it'll be a bit of a different location for it, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Go Pies.